Well, when times are this tough, it can be hard to be generous. Your savings seem to be under attack, your job is at risk, or maybe you've even lost your job. Giving to charity might be the last thing on your mind. So, alrighty then, we're going to try to inspire you on this National Philanthropy Day with someone who's making a big difference. And he's only 12 years old. Bilaal Rajan is the youngest ever ambassador for UNICEF, and now he's written a book. It's called Making Change, Tips from an Underage Overachiever. And Bilaal joins us now. Perfect title for a book. When we talk about overachieving, you have achieved so much. When did you first believe you could make a difference?
At the age of 4, I started fundraising for an earthquake in India.
Right.
And I was eating a clementine at the time when I heard about this, when my parents were reading from a newspaper. And I decided something had to be done. And I was eating a clementine, so the simplest thing to do was sell clementines, and that's what I did.
So you went door to door, sold clementines,
absolutely,
and raised money, and then got it sent to Gujarat, which is where the earthquake took place, right? What happened after that? Clearly your first attempt at making a difference worked. So tell me a bit more about where that path has taken you.
Well, since then I've raised funds for the World Partnership Walk, whose main goal is to eliminate global poverty. From then on, I went to, at the age of 8, raise funds for hurricanes in Haiti. We sold cookie boxes that my dad donated from his business, and we ended up selling 1,000 boxes over the Thanksgiving weekend, raising about $6,000. But I decided that still wasn't enough, and I went on to ask for corporate donations. And we had huge supporters, from especially those of Heinz and Apotex, donating around $500,000 worth of goods.
I just want to stop you there, because you have raised millions of dollars. When you actually approached companies, you wanted those corporate donations. How did you do that, and when did you figure out that this was the way to go? It was great to do the door-to-door stuff, but we had to think bigger if we wanted to raise more money to really help.
Well, I knew that $6,000 for a large, as something as large, a place as large as Haiti, which isn't that large, but it's fairly large. And I decided $6,000 wasn't going to make the big impact that I wanted. So I contacted the Haitian Governor General, or Consulate General, and I asked him exactly what Haiti needed at the time, and he said food and medicine. And that's when I went out to get.
So you think big and you achieve big. Now, the book really is, it seems like it's two things. You're actually telling people your age, you can do this, you can make a difference. So it's a rallying cry, but is it also a bit of a toolkit? You're saying, this is what can work, this is how you can do it?
Absolutely. It's, throughout my life, I've always tried to give the message of making change, that it's possible, just showing how I myself have done it, and it's absolutely possible for anyone else. And making change is definitely a tool to show them exactly how.
And what's been the response when you talk to kids your age and say, look, we can make a huge difference. We just have to get up and get going. What kind of response are you getting?
There's been a great response. So many responses from schools doing great things for their communities around them. So many people in my class absolutely getting inspired just to make change. Over this past summer up until now, one of my friends has 550 hours, when last year he had absolutely none.
Tell me a bit about your work with UNICEF as an ambassador. Where has that work taken you? What have you seen?
It's been absolutely amazing to be able to visit countries like Malawi, Tanzania, Kenya, the tsunami-affected regions, and just see how much we have done with the money. But also to see how much we still have to do. And coming back to Canada to talk to kids my age just about what we've seen. Things like no water, no food, and how much we have and how much we take for granted is amazing. And it's a real motivation for kids here in Canada to know how much and how privileged they are.
You know, during these times, I'm sure you've heard it, people are struggling here in Canada financially. They're worried about their jobs. They're worried about their financial security. It's hard for them to break out of that, to think about helping others. What do you want to tell them? What's the message in your book and when you speak to people about what you've done and what still needs to be done?
It's just that every single little effort counts, no matter how large or how small it is. Each and every penny counts.
You know, I know that you've been told this time and again, you are pretty amazing. What's next for you? What is it that you want to do?
Well, I established a Youth Volunteer Award in my school this last year from the advance of this book. And basically what it does, it goes to the student graduating from grade 8 with the largest amount of community service hours. And that's just to promote making change and making a difference at an early age. And I hope that goes across Canada into elementary schools and middle schools across the nation. One of my other latest endeavors have been to create a website called sudokuhub.com, and it's a click to donate website. The more you play, the more of Plumpy Nut, a high nutritious package high in calories, is given to malnourished kids in developing countries.
Well, listen, it's been a privilege to talk with you. Let me shake your hand. We'll keep watching. All the best, and this is just such a great venture and such a great example for us all. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.